Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru.
Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh. Sangat Ji, I'm going to share some amazing Bani from Guru Amar Das Ji Sache Paatshah Ji. Guru Amar Das Ji Paatshah say that Thaal Vich Vastoo Payo Har Bhojan Amrit Sar. Jit khade man triptiye paiye mokh dwar. What is Guru Amar Das Ji Sache Paatshah Ji saying to us in this Pankti? They're saying Thaal Vich. Which Thaal? Thaal translates literally to a tray, to a plate. So what tray is Guru Amar Das Ji Paatshah referring to? They're referring to the tray of the heart. Thaal Vich Vastoo Payo. And they're saying within that heart that these three amazing things come and sit in. What are those three things? To learn what those three things are, we have to go to Guru Arjan Dev Ji Sache Paatshah Ji. Guru Arjan Dev Ji Paatshah Ji tell us what those three things are, and they say that Thaal Vich Vastoo Payo. That is Sat, Santokh, Veechaaro. So the first thing that Guru Arjan Dev Ji Paatshah has told us about, if these three things come and sit in the tray of our heart, it will produce something. Before we look at what it produces, let's go through these three things. They're saying if Sat comes and sits in this tray, in our heart. Sat here translate, it's spelled how? Sasa, Tata, and there's an Onkar underneath the Tata. So that will translate to somebody that becomes giving, somebody that serves, somebody that becomes of a nature of wanting to constantly serve others, that becomes parupakari. And what will happen from having this sitting in our heart, of becoming of a nature of adapting a nature of constantly serving, what will that bring to our lives? Sat, it will be followed by Santokh. It will bring us contentment. Serving others will bring contentment into our life. And what will follow from contentment? From contentment will come Veechaaro. Veechaaro means deep contemplation. This deep contemplation has nothing to do with our intellect, has nothing to do with our mind. This contemplation is when we go beyond the mind, beyond the intellect, beyond thoughts that are running in our mind, when we have contentment from our senses, from running wild and seeking outside all the time. When they come into control, then where do we go? We go inside. Who is sitting inside? Kat kat mein har ju base. Akal Purkh Vaheguru Ji, our creator, was always sitting inside, but we didn't realize that because we was too busy running outside. Guru Sahib Ji said, Sab kich kar mein, bahar nahi, bahar tole, so param pulahi. Guru Sahib Ji said everything is within the house of our own heart. And when we're running outside, then we're going to be lost, wandering around and no contentment. Veechaaro is when we find contentment. These now senses are content, and then we have true realization of who we are. Just like Bhagat Farid Ji say, Aap sawar hai, main milya sukh hoye. Now that I found my true self, now I'm at absolute peace. This is the spiritual meaning to this. Guru Amar Das Ji Sache Paatshah say that Har Bhojan Amrit Sar. What will it do? These three things, it will create, it will turn into this amazing food. What is this food? This food is Amrit. And this Amrit is what? This Amrit is that nectar that we taste inside of the remembrance of Vaheguru Ji constantly. Sar means sublime. This is the sublime food. This Amrit is Guru Amar Das Ji Paatshah Ji is telling us. And then they'll say, what will happen then? Jit khade, if we eat this food, what will happen? Jit khade man tripatiye, our mind will be completely satisfied. Jit khade man tripatiye paye mokh dwar, and then we will find that door that leads into liberation, into the world of Vaheguru Ji. So this is what this means spiritually, Sangat Ji. But we can take this and we can use this for our everyday lives. We can use this when we're at work. How can we use this at work? Especially in those type of jobs where we're fortunate enough to be serving the Guru Sangat. where we're fortunate enough to be serving the Guru Khalsa Panth, where we're fortunate enough to be serving the Guru's Gursikhs. And adding on that, where we're fortunate enough as well to be serving humanity. Just like Guru Nanak Dev Ji Sache Paatshah say that Ai Panthi Sagal Jamati, that all of humanity, they belong to my class, Guru Nanak Dev Ji Paatshah Ji said. So let's see how now. What are we going to convert this tray into now? Before, spiritually we looked at that tray being our heart, but now we want to look at that tray to be our work, the work that we do. And I'm going to use an actual example of what type of work, just so we can make it easier. And we was in conversation with some of our Basics of Sikhi editors. So let's look at this now, Thaal, to be the work of editing a video of Gatha. And now what do we want to put into this work from us as a person that is now editing this video? We want to put Sat into it. We want to put in Sat, which we translated to be of a giving nature. We want to give as much as we can to this video, and we don't want to hold back now. We want to serve, making this video as if we're serving Guru Gobind Singh Ji Paatshah Ji, as we're serving those great Gursikhs by Daya Singh, by Dharam Singh of Guru Gobind Singh Ji Paatshah Ji. So we want to give us everything we've got to this video without having any kamana, without having any personal desire for it, as any worldly gain for it. So that's the first thing we want to put into this work. The second thing is contentment. Now contentment is huge. Contentment means that I want to put truthfulness in it. I want to be honest with this video, because I was sharing a conversation with one of our editors, and he mentions that sometimes the video might be a little offset. The pankti that we put up on the screen might be just a little bit out of line, and it's just easier to continue the video because it saves time. But then that isn't giving your complete self to that video. That isn't truly serving that video and thinking that this video is going to serve the beloved Gursikhs. That video is going to serve humanity. But working with contentment, meaning working with complete honesty as well. It means that I'm going to stop there and I'm going to move that and centralize it so it looks perfect to the eye. Even though it's not easy at that time, because it's easy to talk about now, but when you're in that moment, you're sitting in an office, but you just think, chal theek hai, ho para, kenu kisne keda pata lagna hai. Sangat ji, you'll be surprised the comments that we receive sometimes. People will notice the smallest of things, which is amazing, which helps us to grow and become even better. Santokh, putting contentment in which other way into this work, and not thinking, this mind starts to wonder sometimes and starts to think, what am I doing stuck in this office? I'm sure I could be doing so much more with my life. I'm sure I could be out sitting in aeroplanes and seeing the world, but not realizing that this very video could be reaching a place. This very video of a katha of Guru Sahib Ji's Pavan Pavitra Bani could be reaching such a place where no Gursikh is even living in that place, and it comes into the hands of somebody that is searching for the truth, somebody that is searching for contentment, and that hard work sat in an office has reached somebody's heart because you gave it everything you had. Sat, Santokh, Veechaaro. Veechaaro means to contemplate. Not doing this work being asleep from inside. Not doing this work thinking that, you know what, of thinking of everything else about life and then just we're asleep from inside and just getting on with it. Contemplating and looking at each and every detail. Sangat ji, if we put these things into that tray of our work, what will it bring? What will it produce for the person that is receiving this video? Guru Sahib Ji saying, Har Bhojan Amrit Sar. They won't be just receiving a video, they'll be receiving Amrit. They'll be receiving the sweetest thing they've ever tasted in their life. And what will that Amrit be filling them with? Now we'll go the other way around. where we said these qualities are going to produce this food. But when this food reaches somebody, this food is going to produce sat in their life. This food is going to produce that serving nature in their life. This food is going to produce contentment in their life. That food is going to produce Veechaaro, deep contemplation of realization of who they are in their life. Now Guru Arjan Dev Ji Pacha Ji saying that Thaal vich tin Vastoo payo sat Santokh Veechaaro Amrit Naam Thakur ka payo. Those that receive this Amrit Naam Thakur ka payo, jiska sabs adaro, what will it become for them? It will become their support. Adaro means support. Jiska sabs adaro, jeko khave. When they eat what is coming from this video, eat. When I Sangat Ji, remember, I don't mean from this video, I'm talking about general videos that we edit in our work of Basics of Sikhi. So Guru Sahib is saying, Je ko khave. This is just one example we're taking, but please put this into your daily work lives, whatever work you do. Translate that to there. But Je ko khave, when somebody takes that video and eats that video, means takes it inside, thoroughly chews it, and when it goes inside, what will happen for them? Je ko khave, je ko punche. Guru Sahib Ji saying je here. Whoever takes that video made in that way, punche. Punche means they will truly enjoy it. How do you enjoy food? When you digest it. When something doesn't digest, you've not enjoyed it. If that comes up, if it causes indigestion and you start throwing it up, you've not enjoyed it. But truly enjoying means when it goes down and it digests. Je ko khave, je ko punche, tis ka hoye udaro. What will happen when it's given to them in that way? Tis ka hoye udaro, they will be saved. They will be liberated from kaam, from desires, worldly desires that are bringing us down. Kaam, krodh from anger, lobh from greed, more from attachment, hankar from our ego. So Gursikh Pyareo, let us try and take this into our lives. Let us try and take this into our work so that we can serve the Panth with these qualities, and when somebody receives that work, that they can be filled with Amrit. And like I said, that work can be anything. That can go for a nurse, that can go for a doctor. When we're serving somebody in a hospital, that we serve in that way with those qualities. So forgive me for my mistakes. So let's all come together and say Guru Gobind Singh Ji Pacha Ji's blessed Fateh. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. Please donate and help spread Guruji's message. Link is in the description below. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.